for all of Diddy in the documentary, talking about all the crazy shit been going on or that Diddy has done. And so now it started from when he was young and then it progressed into his career. So where I left off yesterday, I picked up and started watching some more. And this was so funny, y'all. Y'all know I call him Mohawk Diddy. And everybody love when I call him Mohawk Diddy. And now a lot of them don't even know why. They just like that name. Well, guess what? The episodes I started watching yesterday, I think it was episode 3, because it's 5 episodes. It was episode 3. They went into the Mohawk Diddy era. And that was like in the early 2000s. And what happened was, with all that crazy shit that happened, with all the deaths at that big party he had, and he was being caught up. Diddy was getting caught up in so much shit that he had to change his fucking name. And so that's when he went from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy, and to basically to Diddy. And so they talked about that. He changed his name to Diddy to try to get away from the past shit that had happened. A lot of people don't even know that's where the name Diddy came from. He had so much shit going on that he had to change his name, and he wanted to start a new beginning. And one of the first major things he did when he changed his name to Diddy is he did a marathon. And this is where the story of Mohawk Diddy came from, or whatever. He ran a marathon. This is when he first had that mohawk. And he ran a marathon, and he supposedly had a bum knee, a tore Achilles, all type of injuries. And I think he ran, I don't know, supposedly he ran, I don't know, 20 miles. I don't even remember. It was so long ago. But anyway, he ran it, and he was supposed to be raising money. He supposedly raised $1 million. And that's when Mohawk Diddy was born. Now, what he did after that marathon is what the hell he in trouble for. So that's where P. Diddy came. That's where all that came from. So that's where the documentary picked up at. And so basically, they went into more about the D Woods and Danny D. Kane situation, right? And D Woods went into how Diddy did a lot of unnecessary, uncalled for shit to Aubrey. It's a lot of sexual shit, a lot of sexual text messages. Aubrey, if you don't know, she was a member in Danny D. Kane. D Woods said that Diddy was basically talking to them like they were a piece of meat. At one time, he even told Aubrey, "You hot enough for me to fuck you now?" Like all type of just crazy shit. And I told you one thing about D Woods, that's somebody that I could speak for, that I know ain't gonna be lying. When I met D Woods, actually, it was in New York. It was around the time, I think, when Showstopper, they single was going crazy. Had just got signed, and me and Floyd Mayweather, the boxer, we had a label situation together. I was rapping, and we were running around New York, and I was outside of a hotel, and me and Floyd and all of us were out there, and then D Woods come walking out. I didn't know who she was. Floyd, we didn't know who she was. I was just like, oh, she cute. I was telling Floyd that, and then Floyd always liked to play, so Floyd called her over there. I didn't tell him to do that. And so he called her over there, and then we started talking, then we exchanged numbers, and we were cool ever since then. And I didn't know she was D Woods at that moment. Then I learned that night we kicked it and went to a lot of little New York spots. Anyway, I know her very well, and she is very much a stand-up woman that wouldn't be lying for clout. So D Woods definitely spilled a lot of beans. And then it went on to show that Diddy fired D Woods and Aubrey from the group Danny D. Kane. And if you remember back then, people didn't know why he fired them from the group and all of that. Good morning, Megan. And so Diddy fired them, and it come to find out D Woods says it was because Aubrey wouldn't fuck with him and wouldn't let him. Oh, right. What's up, Felix? Wouldn't let him fuck. And I was trying to think of a better way to say that, but pardon me. That's just what it is what it is. So that's why they were fired. And now you look back, it all makes sense. And then he went on, also in this era, he inked that deal with Diageo. If you remember, Diageo was the liquor company that he got into it with. A lot of people say, and I strongly believe the liquor company was part of the reason that helped Cassie to even bring all this about. So he got with Ciroc. This is all in the Diddy era. And he actually made $1 billion off of that Ciroc deal. Then we get into the dark ass shit. And this is how it went down. So the chef, I'm about to play an excerpt from the chef. The chef spoke up, Diddy's personal chef, and described some stuff that I think gonna fuck y'all up. Check it out.
Definitely intimidated. Some of my journal entries here would notoriously berate you, embarrass you, belittle you, constant anxiety attacks and palpitations. I was diagnosed with stress-induced alopecia. My hair started to fall out. And then I saw a cardiologist who said that my body couldn't handle the stress levels. He said to me, if you keep this job any longer than a year, you'll be dead. When I discussed what was going on with a few other people that worked, it was kind of like a joke. It was like, oh, yeah, well, you're official now. Welcome. You know, you're not really official until you have some sort of breakdown here.
Now you see, now right there, that was Diddy's personal chef. Right there, she was describing, that was just a clip of her describing what the effects of what she went through. She losing hair, stressed out. You heard her. A doctor or therapist or whoever she was seeking advice from told her if she keeps that job for a year, she'll be dead from distress. And so she was just talking about the work environment, how Diddy just fucked with everybody and just sexually assaulted whoever was around. And they were talking about they would come in and he would just be ass naked or have a meeting in the bathroom. And though they all be in this big ass bathroom, they say he have a robe on and take his robe off, hop in the shower naked, just doing shit on purpose. And they said that's kind of like how he kind of put out fillers to see who was down for the crazy shit. So then she went on to describe a situation where it got physical between the chef and Diddy. Listen in.
And he's like, you crying, and this kid's starving in Africa, and you over here crying. All you gotta do is cook food. He was just getting madder. And so I walk away and I'm opening up the refrigerator. I remember him saying, yeah, you crazy. And then I just remember slamming the door and being like, yeah, that's right. I'm crazy. And you know what else? I quit. Me saying